Good afternoon. It's January 25th, 2020. And I am Eric. So, you can see the headline here. Former head of World Health Organization's Health Emergencies Program has died suddenly. And this shouldn't be a surprise, and I'm going to share a thought that I had with you. Alright, so this virus has now gone to Hong Kong and started to spread there. Now people are turning on the Chinese government. I just had a thought, just a random thought. What if I were a conniving motherfucker and I wanted to solve the problem of China? Just what if? Wouldn't that be a great way to do it? You know, pay somebody in that lab to accidentally release this virus. That way it spreads all over hell, and the Chinese government. And look, I'm no fan of the Chinese government. I'm not a fan of any government, but it looks like that's what's going on. I mean, let's be real. This is not beyond the scope of what our country and other countries are capable of. I mean, it would be a perfect way to solve the China problem. It would be the perfect way to solve deindustrialization. All right, let's just a thought. I mean, I could be wrong, but hey, I could also be right. All right, let's check it out here. Former head of World Health Organization's Health Emergencies Program has died suddenly. And again, what a surprise. Let's see what this here article has to say about this. And this comes from Cryptagon again. Dr. Peter Salama, Ebola update. So, and this is via 9 News apparently. Gotta give proper credit. A prominent Australian doctor who led the World Health Organization's Health Emergencies Program has died suddenly. Dr. Peter Salama, I do apologize if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, but anywho, was a medical epidemiologist, and that's a mouthful, who led research and published extensively on vaccine-preventable diseases, HIV, and war-related mortality and violence. That was his specialty. Prior to his work with the WHO, Dr. Salama led UNICEF's global response to the Ebola crisis, worked with the U.S. Centers for Disease Control, and worked with Doctors Without Borders in several regions, including Asia and Africa. And you all know I don't condone any of these organizations. Certainly not the CDC, certainly not UNICEF, definitely not the WHO, or any of the others. Okay, I have no dog in these fights. All right. So this is like becoming a pattern with these high-level doctors. Remember the CDC doctor that was found floating in a river after going missing? And these guys aren't the only ones. There's a whole bunch of them that's been whacked. Whole bunch. So what's your take? I mean, what do you think about my idea that I presented to you in the first portion of this video? And while I'm here, we might as well cover this. of course, if my piece of shit computer cooperates. Again, I spelt coffee all over my keyboard, and, well, I have to use the on-screen keyboard now because, well, just because. Which makes answering comments somewhat of a pain sometimes, but I've been using my phone for that. This is from Reuters. The contamination of U.S. drinking water with man-made forever chemicals is far worse than previously estimated. Well, let me stop right there. Anytime these people give you an estimate, anytime, doesn't matter what it's for, anytime they give an estimate, it's always way worse than that estimate. Always. I mean, look at the Pentagon budget, for example. Look at the Pentagon budget, for example. Just the other day, I talked about how the actual budget is like 360 some odd billion, or something like that, right? But there's 22 trillion. Isn't that what I said? 22 trillion? I'm going off the top of my head here, but it's an unimaginable amount of money. Okay? That's not accounted for. And which leads me to the 9/11 thing. I mean, that's the exact fucking scenario that played out the day before 9/11 happened. The day before. Donald Rumsfeld getting up on the TV talking about how we don't know where this money is. And it's a lot. And here we are, and who would guess that the very complex that housed where that money went would be destroyed? Who would have guessed that? I mean, why is it the obvious is so hard to get across to people? Why? I mean, it's painfully obvious what happened. They knew for a long time that money was missing. Just like they've known for a long time. It's probably way more than 22 trillion. Probably. So, your forever chemicals. Now, Alex Jones likes to sell you water filters. And don't get me wrong, they do work pretty well. I use a ProPure. But there's this mineral called black mica. You can get it as an extract. And I'm not trying to sell you anything, okay? I'm just telling you about it. That way you know. So, there's this mineral, black mica. You can get it as an extract. You drop that shit in the water, and all the impurities, all the impurities clump together, and then you can just pour the water out into a clean cup. This was discovered after the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by a Japanese, I believe, doctor of some kind. It removed the radioactive contaminants from the water, according to him. So, just a thought. I think I'll probably be getting myself some. Probably be easier to carry a bottle like that than a whole bunch of water filters, and all it takes is a couple of drops. So that bottle would last you a good long time. Anyway, thought I'd talk to y'all about this. another high-ranking doctor bites the dust. Just one in a long string of many. Now I've been up since 12:37 last night, so forgive me if I'm a little out of it, but I still had to get on here and share this. And till next time, kill the state, live free.